Hey guys, and welcome to the weekly English shooting live stream here, live, funnily enough, from the Blue Fieldsports gunroom. And as always, I'm joined with Conners from Magload, if the hat didn't give it away, and the voice of God, Alex, who's behind the
evening, guys.
The techno. I don't think I've said before, but well, I have in many videos. But of course, Alex is the one that owns this gunroom, the Blue Fieldsports gunroom. But we're here for the live stream, so any topics or questions that you have, any news from the last week that you want to talk about, then fire away in the comment section and we'll try and get through everything. But this is sort of all about you guys, anything you want to talk about, just keep the conversation going. I can see a number of questions already, so we will get straight into those. But a quick thank you to Stephen Wolf for the donation. Of course, if you want to support the channel, if you want to help the channel with equipment, new videos, or even just paying the ammo bill, you can donate via the chat, and we're always very, very grateful for that. But the first question, Wayne Hemmings, asking about Slug. I'm going to pass this straight over to Conners, although before doing so, I'm going to say, just from my previous experience, don't buy ammunition from the NRA unless you're absolutely desperate. Probably even better just going to Fulton's or William Evans if you're on site and desperate for it, but there is a slight premium to the ammunition costs.
I think part of this question here is, do I need the 32 grams or do I need the 28 grams? Realistically, with the Slug, you're not going to see a whole lot of difference when you go to Cottesloe Heath. We're talking about some long-range targets. The 32 gram will come out slower, and the 28 gram will come out faster. They're around the same power factor, so I won't worry about it too much. Personally, I'll take the 28 gram, slightly flatter trajectory, slightly easier to predict. It's still going to be a bit of luck if you don't know what your hold is for Slug, so shoot under the target.
Well, that's what you told me.
Yeah, well,
but I'm a special case. I really do need some practice with Slug. We've been testing a few things out, and I'm absolutely awful with it at anything sort of past 15 yards. And you can put good money on at Cottesloe seeing 100, maybe even 150 yard targets.
I think James was saying that last time he did 75 metre targets, and we're probably likely to see the same thing again at this Cottesloe Heath Challenge.
I mean, they've got a huge amount of space there, which it makes it one of the sort of best competitions of the year. The variety, the space that they have there, it's an absolutely huge competition.
And actually, the ease of entering such a large competition, because it's NRA, not IPSC, you don't have to have a safety course to go on there. I think all we need is a safe shooter's card from the NRA with target shotgun, which you get through your affiliated club. Absolutely. You don't need to be a member of the NRA to do it. You don't need to have done their course either, as long as your club will certify you safe for it, which most NRA affiliated practical clubs will. So.
Moving on to T, please. Are 2.2 Hornets legal in semi-auto? No, they're not. As you say yourself, they are a centrefire round. The law here in the UK is 2.2 rimfire, so that's why we have 2.2 long rifle semi-automatics, and we also have 2.2 WMR
that's
semi-automatics.
Also why you don't see 1.7 HMR semi-autos is because it's not covered under that 2.2 rimfire.
Yeah, it's not anything
caveat.
Up to 2.2, it is specifically a 2.2 rimfire cartridge. We've had interesting discussions before about making a rimfire 223, which technically would be legal.
Well, because it's 2.23 in caliber and 7 grains of powder. Yeah.
So, or a two, well, maybe not a 223, but a 2.2 with the same case as a 223, like next
Not that
down.
it matter, because you'd still have to have 7 grains of powder. So it's still going to come out there particularly quick.
Is it limited on powder?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the semi-auto thing is 7 grains of powder. I'm sure the voice of God can confirm if I'm wrong on that.
I was paying attention.
So the 2.2 rimfire and semi-auto, is there a powder grain limit?
No, there is in the old mini rifle exemption rules.
Right, okay.
Set by the small bore whatever association thing, but that's not really abided by anyway. It's just
so
generally.
What you're saying, voice of God, is if we could create a full powder charge, 223 rimfire cartridge, we could have it in semi-auto.
What 2.2? It would still have to be 2.2 So 223 is not
223 and 22
Yeah.
are 0.01 millimeters difference in size.
But it's not 22.
We just call it 2-2, it wouldn't matter.
Just call it
But
22.
well, yeah, you
It-
neck
it-
it down very slightly.
Well, no, you wouldn't have to.
You wouldn't have to, it's the same bullet with the same fit.
It's the same bullet. You designate the cartridge 22.
Yeah,
Watch this space.
22 Super Magnum.
David
Yes, that would
Kiddle getting...
Instead of the 22 Winchester Magnum round, it'll be the 22 Blue Magnum round.
I like that a lot, let's do it.
The BMR. The BMR. The 22 BMR. Watch this space.
Cool. David Kiddle voicing his displeasure of last week's theme of Action Air. Yes, Paul is not with us this evening. Don't worry, he's not died or anything. He's just gone home.
Yet.
Working into the bone.
There's still time. There's still time.
But Daniel Smerrill would like the video to get Callum removed, need to get to 100 likes. So of course, I always say it, we do really appreciate likes on the stream if you are enjoying it, because
And
it does
if you're
help.
not enjoying watching Callum, if you get to 100 likes, he will leave the stream.
I will go home, I'll get to go home early. So
smash that like button if you're fed up with Callum.
yeah, whatever.
And if any one of these live streams gets to 1,000 likes over the course of its lifetime, the channel gets renamed to Conners Shooting.
For a day.
No, you cannot alter the deal. You cannot alter the deal.
I have altered the deal. But yeah, it does, on a serious note, although I'm sure Connors is being completely serious, on a serious note, it does help with the analytics, so it doesn't cost anything, only takes a second.
I love how the likes just start shooting up the second we tell them there's a chance you might sod off.
Yeah, I just might pack it in again. It was the most blissful year I've had. Mike Gill, question: is the lead in shot ban?
He's talking about the EU lead ban.
Well, they're still fighting at the moment. I don't think anything.
They're not. Yeah, it's really complicated. Unless you understand EU law, it gets even more complicated. But basically, if it gets passed by the 23rd of December, then it will become law in the UK. If it doesn't, it's up to the UK government to decide whether they want to adopt it voluntarily or not.
Okay.
At the moment, it's not law.
Right.
So I know Basque. This is sort of like the funny irony about it. Like Basque are fighting it really, really hard because there was something that was released.
That first, but we're not.
Well, no, they've always fought the EU lead ban really, really hard, and it's stuff that has come to light that there was a stipulation saying that if you're shooting on land and you're within like 100 foot of water,
it's 100 meters of any water laying on the ground, whether it be permanent or not. So a puddle counts.
So, and again, shooting in England, the chances of shooting in a field with a puddle are fairly high, but it would ban it. So that's fighting really hard.
Yeah, and what it doesn't do, it doesn't just make it illegal to shoot, it makes it illegal to have a lead cartridge in your pocket.
Yeah, so many people are going to get done over by that so easily, and it's absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. So hopefully Bass do fight it, but it's ironic because obviously they've voluntarily suggested that we should move away from lead shots, again without the full consent and consultation with the lead shot manufacturers. And I can't see how they feel they're in a strong position doing that, because all the EU have to turn around, or the government have to do to turn around and say, well, aren't you advocating that you move away from lead? And I know it's one of these things that potentially is going to happen whether we like it or not, and it's probably best that we sort of see the writing on the wall. But on many issues, time and time again, we see our organisations just roll over after a light tickle. So we probably would like to see a bit more of a fight, and again, it's sort of, in a way, pointless them fighting it now, because they've already admitted that they, in a roundabout way, agree with it. But things like shooting in a field with a puddle being banned, absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, it echoes a lot of firearms legislation we have, where it's not well thought out and it's not properly worded, which lets mistakes like this come through, because it's got to be a mistake wording it in such a way that
ignorance.
Yeah, it'll be
uneducated people making the law. Yeah. So a question from Mochaccino. Ranking based on preference, which IPSC disciplines do you prefer? Handgun, mini rifle, shotgun? Well, there's far more disciplines than that, but those are like the main three.
He doesn't really shoot much IPSC.
Not well.
Not well anyway. No.
So my order would be handgun, shotgun, mini rifle, and why?
It's funny. That's the order from which you shot the least to the one you shot the most. You prefer the one you shot the least most. In competition.
Yeah, in full
IPSC.
competition. Yeah. Although, I'm doing, again, I haven't shot an LVP competition yet. I just love handgun because it's absolutely rapid. Movement comes
You wouldn't know that much in your videos.
There's movement in all IPSC disciplines, but obviously with a rifle or a shotgun, you are fairly restricted. It's a lot heavier. With handguns, sort of the dynamic nature of it really sort of comes alive. You see this, and I know David's going to wince, but you see this so much with Action Air because you can bring it in, you can see people put it over their shoulders, you can do movements that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do with a shotgun or a rifle, be that a full bore or even a mini rifle. It's close to shotgun. I do really, really like shotgun. There's just something really pleasurable about quad loading, loading the ammunition quickly yourself without sort of any aids, obviously, apart from the caddies, which of course should only ever be Magload. What's your order?
My order, shotgun, mini rifle, handgun. I am
the complete reverse.
Yeah, there is no question about it that long guns are my thing, and I struggle with handguns more than I do with long guns. That's probably just down to my experiences, what I've shot most, because I have shot very little handgun.
Okay, so and of course Magload, the sort of cornerstone of Magload is of course shotgun.
Yep.
So that's not a huge surprise. It would be lovely if we had full bore handguns here in the UK. That's I would choose handgun. We've had this conversation before. You would choose semi-auto full bore rifles, and I would choose full bore handguns. If we could pick one to bring back,
well, I'd probably still shoot a lot of shotgun.
Yeah.
I'd probably do shotgun and rifle. Those would be my things.
And I'd probably do shotgun and handgun. Yeah. So we've got Thomas, question for you. Recent review of the Firefly Gen 2 LBP. How do I tell apart Gen 1 from Gen 2?
Excellent question.
Excellent question, because I have absolutely no idea.
When you find out, be sure to tell us.
And that has been quite a common question, obviously, because people definitely don't want to be buying the Gen 1. That's why the Firefly has such a bad reputation, is from the Gen 1. We will try and find out. Maybe we can get in contact with GSG, but really I have absolutely no idea. With the GSG 1911, it was really easy to tell the difference, but they look absolutely identical. Maybe there's something in the serial numbers, but in terms of the build, every component looks the same. Obviously something's different because the Gen 2 actually works.
It actually worked really well for you when you tested it.
Yeah, I still don't say. I still don't think it's a full competition gun.
Well,
it's a combat gun.
It's not because it's modelled off a SIG.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it shot straight. It was reliable. The fact that it's a scaled version of the not IP226 but the P226 is it makes it really ergonomic and really comfortable to hold with my small hands. But
they are diddy.
They're really, really diddy. Good for getting into small places.
Marla loves it.
Oh god. So yeah, unfortunately I don't know. But in terms of competition guns, I probably still wouldn't recommend the Firefly. But if you're looking for a good plinker, something to occasionally go into competition with,
very cheap.
Astonishingly.
What are they, 350 to 400 quid?
Yeah. I mean, the GSGs are actually the American subscribers that come onto the channel and comment. They see the GSGs as disposable guns because you can buy them out in the States for like sub $200, and they're just like, well, when they break, when they fall apart, you just chuck them in the bin and buy another one.
I find it quite funny actually that the Firefly, which is the little brother to the GSG 1911, is a much more reliable, much more capable gun than the GSG 1911 is.
Yeah, I still quite highly rate the GSG 1911, but with things like the
Did you ever shoot
Colt.
it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Once.
What, one shot?
No,
that's probably why it worked for you. You only intended for it to go off once.
No,
You
I
didn't
think-
need it to cycle the next round.
I think it was Chales. We rented a bay at Chalesmore at Bisley, and I also went down the NSRA with it a couple of times. But I only had the gun literally a month or two, which was a shame. But we all know what happens, and I don't need to relive that. But talking a mini rifle, actually, this is something that, I don't know, this is a bit of a curveball for me. So we had we had Clive Gamblin down today.
He was collecting the rest of his Landtac, which he'd loaned to us for development of the Magwell.
Yes, so the Landtac Raven Magwell from Magload is available on the site magload.co.uk. If you have a Raven and you want a Magwell that is compatible with the D60 or D50 from Magpul. But yeah, while Clive was down here, he had this on his LASF 15, and this is the Spectre DR.
It's the LSAT.
By Elcan. And
LCAT or
Elcan. ELCAN. And we were having a bit of play with it. Put it on the gun. That's the wrong way. There we go. I mean, it does look very identical.
No, it doesn't.
It's the eye relief on it. You need to have it right up to your eye, which is a bit weird if you're used to something like the Razor HD. But the field of view on this thing, I've not come across a scope or any optic.
And started to get really excited about this optic for a couple of reasons. One, the field of view is astounding. The clarity of the glass is incredible.
Yeah.
The red dot, variable illumination on the red dot, variable illumination in the entire reticle, which is BDC second focal plane.
Yep.
I think it was second focal plane. But the thing that really set it apart from anything else was this lever on the side. So this is a 1 power scope, and then you do that, and it's 4 power. You flick it all the way.
I've never seen any optic that is as quick to increase or decrease the magnification.
Yeah.
So Clive has very kindly lent us this to review. I will be doing a full review video on it.
What are we going to drive over it with?
Well, we've got
the telehandler.
We've got the telehandler, maybe a John Deere tractor,
No,
Range Rover.
18-ton bulldozer.
Yeah, 18-ton bulldozer. Thing is, you could drive over your foot with the tractor because the ground pressure is so low.
Yes, yeah, it's spreads.
Yeah, you can go first.
So I've been told.
But I'm.
But this is the thing. I just want to put it out there.
Yeah.
So there are some Magwell manufacturers that claim that you can drive over their Magwells, but you have to understand that the bigger the tyres, the less ground pressure there is, and the easier it is to do it.
Absolutely. But yeah, it looks a bit sort of tactical Timmy. Obviously, it's actually went straight on my 1522, and it does look a bit tactical Timmy. People that use the Trijicon, oh god, what is it? The thing that Trijicon is known for. I'm having a mind blank.
RMR?
No, the bigger one. The one that sort of funnels down.
About.
You guys know what I mean.
MRO?
No.
The SUSAT thing.
No.
The one the military used.
No, the one that they put the shield sight on top of.
What's a SUSAT?
No.
That's not Trijicon either.
No.
No, it's the one I'm talking about. It's
ACOG.
the SUSAT.
ACOG. That's
yeah.
it. Of course.
SUSAT. ACOG. Same thing.
Okay, Alex.
So people it's a good optic. I would never think it would be good for mini rifle from my experience, but this I think could be a bit of a curveball. Could be a bit of an ace.
Language.
And I'm going to seriously evaluate this with the sort of thought of putting it on a mini rifle and using a mini rifle competition.
It actually seems to be the ideal mini rifle scope.
I mean,
it's everything you need that a Vortex Razor HD has.
Yep, it's smaller.
And half the weight.
So, it's vaguely the same colour. The main issue I have with the Razor HD is the weight when you put it on a light rifle like the 1522. And this isn't exactly the lightest thing out there.
Despite its appearance, it's not plastic. This is all metal.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's aluminium, maybe even steel.
Yeah.
It's quite weighty. There's probably a lot of glass in there as well.
You've got these epic quick detach, quick mounts, QD mounts, and Clive says it holds 0, so you can take it off for transport. It's like it's got everything, and being able to as well. I was talking about this with the Trijicon MRO, and with that you have to manually flick that magnifier into place, and then obviously locate it to be able to flick it off. With that, it's this little lever on the side. It's just down to side, maybe a bit more, but like down and forward. And you're going to 1 to 4 power.
It's very easy when it's on a gun.
It's absolutely rapid, and I'm thinking this could be something very, very interesting. But what did Clive say that the RRP of one of these was?
1950, £1,950. So knocking on the door of £2,000.
Yeah.
However, because it's military,
Yep.
keep an eye out on MilCert because this stuff comes up all the time.
Yeah, and he said he didn't pay anywhere near that. So, you're probably going to get it for the same price as a Razor HD second hand. I don't know how you would get it serviced or repaired. Obviously, you have the unlimited warranty.
You need to.
No, well, that's the thing. It's meant to be sent out into war zones, very similar to the Trijicon gear. So yeah, I'm gonna try it at 100 yards. Try it up on the speed plates, the steel plates that we have, and yeah, I'm gonna see how it performs. So keep an eye on the channel for that video. It could be an absolute monster, or it could be a bit of a turkey. So we'll see.
If anything kills it, it will be the eye relief.
It will, but the thing is, I like having.
I like it too.
Well, I always go to put my optics further back on my rifle. I like it right on the eye. I find it quicker because obviously you should get muscle memory to bring up the rifle to the same position every single time. And I find the further away the optic is, the more you sort of have that split second of finding it. If it's right there, well, you don't have to find it. The dot's straight in front of you. You can get on target. And like really, the field of view. I thought the Razor was good.
What Callum's talking about, to sort of clarify, the field of view inside the optic is very, very large. The field of view around the optic compared to a Razor is much, much less because the body of the optic itself is larger. Like with a Razor, the scope body pretty much disappears as soon as you take a sight picture because it's designed to be like that. Whereas this, less so. You will have a bit of interference in your sight picture. May cause issues, may not. The only way to find out is to go and shoot it. Which
Absolutely.
I think we certainly will be doing. Because it's a military optic, you don't have to worry about damaging it.
No, I mean, you should quite literally be able to drive a tank over it. I mean, that's probably what it was designed to do. So, not that I have to be particularly precious with the Razor because lifetime unlimited warranty. So, again, it's just something a bit different. And I've been saying I'm exploring these different avenues for a mini rifle optic setup. Of course, the standard that I can default to at any point is the Razor plus a 45-degree red dot. The MRO I really got on with well, but you do ideally for those longer shots need the extra magnification. But having that all in one package, could be really, really good. Sinner 2004, yes, that was my mistake. Funny enough, your order got held up very slightly because we had to produce a new batch of blue shot savers. If I had read the order correctly, it wouldn't have been held up.
He's made a comment about it.
Yeah, he said, so who picked my order? Was it another Callum blunder? It was. I do pick and pack the majority of Magload orders, so you can always blame me if it's wrong.
Can I just say that if you ever get an order that's been picked and packed correctly, I probably did it. If it's incorrect, he probably did it.
Actually, something I showed you the other day, something I thought was nice. I think it was Viking, maybe Edgar Brothers, and they put your order was packed by.
Yeah, that was Viking, and they had a photo of the person who packed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do that, and then you know exactly who to blame. So really sorry about that.
Will it always be Callum?
It will. Yeah, it will. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, don't let him put your trigger.
No, that wasn't my fault.
Why was it not your fault?
I specifically asked you, and you specifically said that I did nothing wrong.
True, but there are certain checks.
I mean, it's not like modifying a trigger so it's now IPSC illegal. So anyone that watched the upgrading my Glock trigger video, as it turns out, IPSC illegal.
Decision of the RM, but It will.
Unfortunately, the RM that, you know, RMs a lot of the most of the matches, high level matches up and down the country, is fully aware of the modification and agrees that it is, or thinks that it is illegal. So there's any match that Tim's ROing or RMing, I'm not going to be able to use it. So we will be putting the original back in at some point. So that's a bit of a shame.
Heavily modifying that trigger to take a safety blade, which actually might not be that difficult.
Well, if I'm not going to be using the trigger, then might as well give it a go, right?
Yep.
Bye-bye, Glock.
Bye-bye.
So there was another question, or another thing that I was going to talk about, but I have now forgotten. Apparently, people are liking the clean shave. I'm not actually clean shaven. I'm just slightly more trimmed than usual.
I'd say less so for a live stream.
It's because
you normally trim more for a live stream.
Yeah, but it look good.
This package was licked by. That's the card we need to put in there. This package was licked by Conners.
I don't think that's very appropriate with coronavirus at the moment. Oh no. Julian, if I go to a gun range without a gun or any sort of FAC, can I rent a gun and shoot it? It depends.
Depends on the range. There are plenty of different types of guns that you can rent at pay and play ranges. Mm-hmm. The Phoenix one up at Barnsley is like probably one of the best ones for that.
Yep. There's double juices as well. Mm-hmm. I think that's Midlands area. Mini rifle, basically any mini rifle ranges or any mini rifle to rimfire, you can go and rent absolutely no problem at all. Shotguns as well, you can do that. So if you don't Section 2 only. If you go to a clay ground, whilst if you don't have a shotgun certificate, you won't be able to go around on your own. You can rent a gun and have an instructor follow you around and supervise you. So there's loads of potential there. But actually, another way of doing it, the NRA. If you're a full member of the NRA and you don't have an FAC, because they are a Home Office approved club, they have club guns, which they happen to rent. So as a full member of the NRA, you can actually rent any gun from their armoury, book a lane and go and shoot that without an FAC. You will need a safe shooter card, and to become a full member of the NRA, you do need to do a number of courses or be a full member of an affiliated club.
The thing is, if you join the NRA and NRA is your home club, in order to get your safe shooter certification, you'll need to do the NRA courses, which are fairly long, fairly arduous and quite expensive. Best way to do it is through a Home Office approved club for sure.
Absolutely. Alex, do you have any 45 ACP or 22 WMR in the shop?
He's already answered.
I've already replied.
Oh, okay.
This is your problem with not keeping up with stuff.
Yeah, that was ages ago. It was like last year.
Like Holly joined the chat like 2 minutes ago.
Hi Holly, if you're there. Or Connors is taking the piss. Chris Lewis.
No, I'm not, because everyone else is saying hi to her as well.
Oh. Holly, you're famous. Maybe you should join us for a live stream one day.
Yeah.
Chris Lewis, FAC in
We can get her a fake beard and she can just sit here.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant. Or I'll just tell her not to shave for a few days.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I can make it up, it's fine.
She says, I'm up for that. I think there might be a slight delay.
Yeah, ready for the... Yeah. Love you. Please don't hurt me. So Chris Lewis, FAC in yet? No. Despite the video that I literally only put out a few days ago about the GP form, I didn't end up going with shotgun medicals.
No.
So whilst everything is correct within the video and you can follow those processes, when I went to log on, when I finally got the code from my GP and went to log on, it wasn't my full medical record. Then I needed to, you can, through the online portal, patient access, get your full medical records, but your GP, the practice basically needs to give you further privileges to be able to see it.
Right, there's a system called patient access.
Yeah.
You get an invite letter from the GP to access patient access, which is an online system. You can get your own medical reports.
Yeah.
However, for your full medical report, which is what you'll need to give to shotgun certificates, they need to go through and take out any third-party data. So anything where it references someone else in your medical history.
That's it.
In order to do that, they have to go through and read through all your medical records and redact that data. That's the process that takes 2 or 3 weeks. Once they've done that, you then have permanent full access to your medical records through patient access.
Yeah, and the issue for me is that I got the initial access and then I had to go back for the full access, and they told me that it was going to take a minimum of 15 days for them to do that.
15 working days, wasn't it?
Yeah, 15 working days, so 3 weeks. Now, basically it was going to be 3 weeks to get my full medical records and then a week with shotgun medicals, so 4 weeks. Whereas my GP had originally said that they could fill out the GP form within 2 to 3 weeks. So I said, well, there's no point in me going through shotgun medicals. You might as well do it yourselves, which I've now done. I went and dropped off the form in person with a covering letter on Monday. So hopefully in the next week to 2 weeks, I should have the GP form and I should be able to finally get my application in.
See, I'm really not against this getting your medical records prior to application.
Neither am I.
As long as the outcome of it is expediency of your application process.
So
if they then start turning around applications within 2 weeks because they have all the data right there in front of them, perfect. I don't care about having to pay once every 5 years for my GP records.
And I've actually advocated the increase in licensing fees, and whilst it's taken them sort of 3 or 4, 5 years to get an online system, and that's what the increase was for, and the increase was in line with inflation. We now have online systems. I have used it once, although I had to withdraw the application, and they're fantastic. So much easier.
Clarify that. You had to withdraw the application because you needed your GP form.
That's it.
Not because
they've asked me to. So I'm a big supporter of it. The issue, and something that I really don't support, is the disparity across the country. With, I understand that this is private work for the GPs, so they're allowed to charge something. They're using their time. It's not something that is a medical necessity. But the fact that there's no guidance on the fee, and you hear of horror stories of some GPs wanting to charge £200-300, some charging 20 quid, which is brilliant, and turning it around in a day. My GP, I think, is quite reasonable. They want to charge £61.25. Where they got that number from, I don't know. But
it's going to be a number plus that, isn't it? Like £55.
Yes,
plus
yeah, no, that's a very good point. So it's I don't agree with the process, but there should definitely be guidance or stipulation from the government or the police saying, look, you will do it and you will charge a maximum of this to do it. Or an idea that you came up with, which I thought was brilliant, was building it into the cost of an FAC. So basically, again, this sort of puts it back onto the firearm licensing department, but having some sort of streamlined process for it to happen, it's built into the fee, or maybe
if it's an online system, I don't see any reason why you can't fill out your form, and when you hit send, before it goes to the firearms department, it goes to a GP.
Yeah, and then
because you've had to put your GP's details in the application.
Or why don't the firearms licensing departments team up with MediCert? Yeah. And then they know that MediCert is like a maximum of 6 weeks, COVID delays aside.
I think there'd be problems with them teaming up with someone because it might become less impartial.
But they do it all the time.
Oh, no, it's because I'm not impartial. We're not going to that's what we're talking about.
No, I mean, like, they work with private companies like G4S and things like that.
That's different because G4S works for them.
Well, MediCert would be working for them.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I think there's still, there's still some ways to streamline it. Again, don't agree with I agree with the overall principle of it, but the fact that you have some people, and the fact that GPs can refuse to do it, I think is really, really bad.
You say that, but there are GPs who, let's say a GP is Catholic and they're against abortion, they can refuse to process, or rather, let's say they're against contraception, right? They can refuse to prescribe the pill. However, what they should do is then refer them to another GP in the practice or somewhere else who will then go and do that. Yeah. The problem that we're facing is that GPs will flat out refuse to do it and refuse to point you anywhere else because they conscientiously object to the ownership of firearms, which it's their choice and their right to do. They can their opinion can be whatever it wants to be, but as a professional, I would expect them to at least refer you to someone who can then help you.
Absolutely. Mochaccino saying replace Callum with Holly. Yeah, maybe. Well, if we get to 100 likes, I'll get her to drive over. She can replace me.
You need a much smaller beard wig for that as well.
Much smaller beard wig. Don't diss the beard.
It's very easy to diss.
No.
That is stubble.
It's designer stuff. At least I grew mine.
I grew mine. There just comes a point when grooming is no longer effective.
Like the scissors just mangle themselves. Yeah. No, the beard has a mind of its own.
Neil's received the care package. Excellent.
That's really good. We're expecting lots of plugging.
What I'm expecting is the 3GN UK versus Magload Magwell review.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's it.
You're very welcome for that, Neil. We're looking forward to seeing what you think of it and seeing that.
Quite frankly, the fact you're going out there asking people for an ambi mag release when you know us, we would have just sent it to you.
Yeah.
Please, and I say this to people all the time.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask. We might say no, but at least ask. You know, you'd be surprised.
Depends who you speak to.
Yeah.
Connors is kinder.
Tom can go and fuck yourself.
Who? What? What's going on?
Mr. Twit. As in the Twits
yes.
from Old Dark.
Yeah, no, I know. I am vaguely educated and literate.
Quentin Blake still alive? Still drawing? I don't know. He did, yeah.
He did the drawings.
But what he really made the Roald Dahl books, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's when you think Roald Dahl, that's what you think, isn't it? It's those sketches. Lolling Marcus 9, best rifle for under £800. 2.2, best 2.2 rimfire rifle in semi-auto, 100% the 1522. I would say for full bore Remington 700.
Well, why limit yourself to new guns? There's a lot of nice stuff you can get second hand for £800, and the thing is with a second hand gun, you don't have to worry about breaking and all that kind of stuff. If you're going for like an accurate 1,000-yard rifle, you've got to break your barrel in, and that's a lot of rounds. Why not get a second hand gun that's already broken in? Not a concern with 2.2s, but anyway.
Paul from Point Blank Simulators here. Thanks for joining, Paul. Good to see you in the stream. How many likes do we need for Connors to leave?
Don't know. We've had a dislike. That's definitely Kiddle. 100%.
There's no action there. We promise.
Yeah. So take your dislike off.
No, it's Stephen.
If the dislike disappears, I will slap Callum.
No.
Just saying.
No, it's going to disappear now, isn't it? No slapping. There is no physical contact.
No.
That would not be a good character of an FAC holder to physically abuse another person.
Since when was my character good?
Daniel Smerald, when are the base plates coming out for PMags? Yes, when are the base plates coming out for PMags, Connors?
It's in the pipeline. It's why I shouldn't show you this.
They will come out slightly before the site is ready for your Delisle.
They will come out precisely when I mean them to come out.
How cryptic. How mysterious. How ominous.
They may never come out.
So, Blue Fieldsports, are you...
Oh, we've got 3 dislikes now.
Yeah, it's just people making sure I don't get slapped. You do love me. 0. Ah! Are you open on Saturday, and what LBP you have in stock now? I'm tempted to...
Oh, wow. People are swapping their likes to dislikes.
No.
Why would you do that?
No, we've got enough dislikes now. Get the likes. Are you open? Are you open on Saturdays? Yes. Every visit is appointment only, but the gun shop can be open to a time to suit you.
They're switching them back. They were just having us on.
Not too much though. Don't let the dislikes get to 0.
Yeah, because if the dislikes get to 0, Callum gets. Oh, someone's switched back. There is someone fucking with us.
So yes.
Oh, it's back again.
It's back. Oh no, my sphincter is going. So yes, we can open any time to suit you. Obviously, it does have to suit us. There does have to be someone here. But yeah, we can open Saturdays. I mean, Alex has opened up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. He's opened up at 10, 11.
Stop telling people that. Someone asked me to do it.
Yeah, but that's what you advertise. That's the whole point of Blue Fieldsports is you can...
In an emergency.
You can rock up at 3 in the morning.
No.
Well, you can.
You technically can.
That's the whole point. That's what you keep telling people, that they can come here,
Everything is 5 times the price at 3 in the morning.
but you can come here.
Yes. There will be a wait.
What was that, Alex? No appointment necessary. The code. Yeah, the code for the gate is
308. There will be a getting Alex out of bed fee if you come before 8 o'clock, though. But yes, you can, Saturday is absolutely no problem. In terms of LBPs in stock at the moment, there is the Walther PPQ, of course.
You've got a new PPQ in the armoury, yeah?
New PPQ.
Chappers, they're all gone now, aren't they?
All the chappers have gone until October.
Yeah, no
Chappers
chappers. Do you still have the Calibre Innovations Glock?
Yeah, you've got one of those.
Got one of those as well. There is a Browning back mark to sort of get a feel of, but not any in stock. And I think that's about it in terms of long barreled. I mean, that's really all you need is just the PPQ.
Yeah.
But if you want to get a feel of the Glock, feel of the PPQ, then more than welcome to come down. But all you have to do is drop an email to rfd@blue.uk.com and Alex will book you in. I'm tempted to pop in and look around. That's my official story. I'm sticking with it. This is why.
So this is why you buy double gun slips.
Yeah.
Right. So you leave the house with one gun slip, and you can return to the house with one gun slip. That's the most important thing.
Yes. That's rule number one of going to a gun shop, and you always take a gun to the gun shop. Oh, there's a little issue with this. I need them to take a look at it. And for a small fee, we will make a receipt that is 25% of the price you actually paid.
Or £25.
Or 25 quid, yeah. Has Conners walked through his first mini rifle comp at the weekend? I think that's Tom throwing some shade right there.
I don't understand what the question is.
Have
I talked about my first mini rifle comp?
I walked through is giving talking about it. Yeah,
It was not my first mini rifle comp. As bad as my performance was, that was not my first mini rifle comp.
But yeah, there was the NRA Mini Rifle League match.
Basically what happened was, Tom, go fuck yourself.
Look, just because he went and got a proper gun, and now he's doing all right.
Probably shit the bed. Oh
He
yeah,
did.
don't tell you about that, Alex.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've already ordered parts for it.
Okay.
They're here, by the way, Tom.
yeah,
Oh,
Tom, they're
parts.
here. We'll give him a good licking before we hand them over to you. Don't you worry.
We won't just lick them.
He hasn't seen the video yet. The video of the handgun fitting, handguard fitting. You haven't seen the video yet. There's a little surprise at the end of the video of me fitting your handguard, or assembling your gun badly. There's stock to muzzle brake licked, and it wasn't even just the tip. Don't worry, I did sanitize it beforehand. I think
Beforehand and then licked it.
COVID compliant.
I'm sure it was sanitised before it went out to him as well, because
Yes, that would not be a kind thing to do.
But needless to say, I've got less and less desire for you to be operating anything in the gun room at this moment in time.
So here's the thing, and I don't want to speak. I won't talk about the. I'm not going to name the trigger manufacturer because things happen, and I'm not entirely sure what happened. But I built up Tom's gun, and you'll see a video coming out very soon about that, where I magload it. But there's also the new. Well, Tom has the first production handguard.
Pre-production.
Or pre-production handguard.
Because the production bits aren't even here yet.
Well, it's the closest.
He wasn't supposed to have it.
It's the closest thing to the production handguard that there is at the moment.
Yeah.
And I built everything up, and there was a trigger within it. Well, you'll see what trigger it is within the video.
The thing is with this trigger is it has a lot of adjustability and a lot of customization in it.
And I don't claim to be a master gunsmith or anything like that.
They get kind of set up a little bit from the factory.
Yeah.
But they need more for setting up, and it is all in the instructions, which you probably threw over your shoulder. There is video evidence of this.
I yeeted it.
You did. You threw the instructions over your shoulder.
I had a little bit of difficulties fitting it. At the end of the day, my assumption was that it was a drop-in trigger. It was not. You should always seek a qualified, experienced gunsmith to build your guns. If you ask me to build them, they will absolutely shit the bed the first time down the range. I can guarantee it. Although saying that, the Magload gun that I did previously is fine.
As far as we know, we haven't heard from the owner since.
There was a catastrophic failure. So anyway, I seriously put it down to myself, although to try and wean myself off of some of the responsibility, Connors did agree that it's the assumption that it should have come in ready to drop in, because it's a 1522 specific
which
trigger.
is perfectly reasonable, but I've been talking to the manufacturer of it, and he does say there's quite a bit of setup that needs to be done in, and it's in the instructions.
Yes.
He says, and I believe him, once it's set up, it is a pucker trigger, and I can really believe it.
Absolutely.
He will be sending us one down for a longer term review,
and I definitely won't be fitting it. Or maybe you can show me how I should have fitted it.
What we'll do, I think, is a video on fitting it, because it needs setup.
Yeah.
Why don't we go through it and say this is how we set it up?
Absolutely. So don't worry, guys. If you come down to Blue Fieldsports, unless you're like a mate like Tom, it won't be me working on your guns. It will be Connors or Alex who actually know what they're doing.
You only work on the guns of people we don't like. I should give you Dan's Delisle to finish.
Yeah, I should get straight on that. We've got a welder in here, right?
Don't need a welder. I've got a staple gun.
Staple gun. Araldite. But yeah, we do things properly, but when it's for a friend...
I will describe to you how to braze the sight to the gun through a megaphone whilst you do it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no way, we'll go for that. You will get your Delisle finished eventually, Daniel, I promise.
But he says at this point you'll let him have a go.
Something's better than nothing, I guess.
Parts are on my desk.
Parts of your desk. Yeah, right, okay.
Actually, the hard bits are done. Well, he did have a pick rail on there before.
Done.
Yeah.
You didn't say what site it had to be, Daniel. No, I put something like an Atabal on it.
No, you have the
it's that, isn't it? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Why would it be like that anyway? It's getting late.
Because you're a bellend.
Nitsa asked today, can you get a UK legal 223 in an AR platform, and have no idea, so I thought I'd ask you guys. Yes.
As long as it's straightforward.
As long as it's straightforward. So you have a side charging lever, and you can do a reasonable amount of training for proper full bore shooting on that. There's a lot of competitions like CSR. They're very popular. They all use the side chargers. Again, I still don't understand why they always have it on the right hand side.
It's the motion of...
I know, but you're still moving your trigger finger. Like, I'll just hold on to the thing and do that.
I'm guessing a lot of CSR might be up against barricades and things.
No,
but you've got
no barricades.
No.
It's rundowns. So I think it's like, you do some target standing at 600. You'll run down.
Probably
do
because
some
you have to bring
kneeling.
your hand back further with the charging handle all the way back here, and you probably put yourself in the face.
No. I mean, why don't you have a left-handed charging handle? Not a top charging handle, a dog leg.
But
that's where I was.
You'd still be bringing your hand further back to actuate that, as opposed to that. My wrist
Or
doesn't
someone
like
should just
that.
make a forward charging handle.
But I thought we were going to talk about that just yet.
Watch this space. Would be awesome to have a gun building race for you two.
Okay, I'm up for that.
In terms of magloading a gun,
Yeah,
I've done more.
I made it.
Yeah, you made it, but I've assembled more magload ready to go
Fair enough.
thing.
Does Magload export to the US?
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna...
Okay.
Yep.
We're going to mute Connors. Okay. This is a bone of contention with us, right?
It's kind of a joke, but at the same time, it's not.
Magload ships worldwide.
Yep.
And there's the story behind, if you go onto magload.co.uk, in the banner, there is worldwide shipping.
Yep.
Okay. Now, there's some countries that the shipping hasn't yet been put in because, it might be, Uzbekistan or somewhere like that we've never shipped to. We don't know necessarily how much it costs to do it, so we don't just have a flat rate.
Well, it's a lot easier now with DPD zonal pricing.
So there's a lot more. So sometimes there might be the situation when you go on there, if you're on let's say if you're from an obscure country.
Obscure country. It wouldn't be obscure to the people who live in that
It wouldn't, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Basically, there won't be the option for your shipping, and we just say get in contact. We'll add it for you, and we will ship anything worldwide. Like seriously, we ship to Brazil, Russia, Australia, Japan, Taiwan.
I want to know if there's an IPSC shotgun scene in Japan, because we've got
Action Air.
There's not.
Action
There's Action Air, yeah.
There's no shotgun. The guns are banned.
Well, we
Fully 100% that.
they are, but there is an IPSC presence there with Action Air. That's why Action Air is so popular out there. But the reason it's a bit of a bone of contention is because the number one question we have come through to Magload is, well, it's not even do you ship worldwide. It usually is, but it's usually do you ship to the US. And yes, we ship worldwide. We actually ship a lot to the US.
We actually have a preferential rate to ship to the US because we ship so much to the US that we then further subsidise. So US shipping is sometimes cheaper than buying something domestically in the US.
Yeah.
And faster in a lot of cases as well.
I'm guessing I know who Blackstone 45 is now.
Why?
Yes, obscure like Northern Ireland.
What?
Because I couldn't get Northern Ireland to work the other day.
What? Why not?
It wasn't working. Remember, I had to go on and try and add it. You were away for the evening, or you were at the match.
Has this been fixed?
Has it been? Oh no, I processed it manually.
Right, so Northern Ireland. So we've got some glitches in with DPD where we have to add. I'll do that right a second. So
basically, because we've just switched over to DPD, the way that we had the shipping
delete
set up,
everything and start again was basically what we had to do.
But it's down to basically our site talking to DPD.
So look, you go in here.
Yeah.
You pick the zone. So you've got zone 5, zone 6, zone 7.
Yeah.
You can look that up. I'm going to go into UK because we know it's going to be UK shipping.
Yes.
Like that. And all I'm going to do is add Northern So there's the there's the problem for sure.
You think I'm an idiot, don't you?
Yeah.
I already tried this.
Oh, United Kingdom is now gone. There's now no shipping to the United Kingdom.
We ship worldwide apart from the UK.
I shouldn't be trying to do this on.
Don't just leave it for later.
On the dodgy
Stop breaking the website.
Secondary Wi-Fi here.
But anyway, yes, we ship worldwide. We ship to the US, and yes, we do ship to Northern Ireland, and we're trying to make sure it gets fixed. At the end of the day, if any of you do want to buy from Magload, you have any issues on the site or with shipping, just get in contact. We will sort it out. No, that doesn't work.
Well, I can do that. That doesn't work.
It doesn't work. That's why I tried the postcode thing. But that doesn't work.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll look into that.
For some reason, our site hates Northern Ireland. Apparently, to the site, every other country exists apart from Northern Ireland because I think it thinks it's the UK, whereas I'm pretty sure DPD thinks it's not in the UK, and that's where the error's coming from.
Yeah, we've had this problem already with countries we know are in the EU, but DPD doesn't count them as being in the EU.
Yeah.
Gets charged a different way. We lost money on an order, which wasn't good because of the
shipping.
Incorrect shipping calculation.
The trials and tribulations of running a business.
Minor hiccups.
But yeah, but Blackstone 45, you should have yours now, I think.
Hang on, if you sent it Northern Ireland,
yeah,
but it didn't come out with an international label, because I have not seen it would have been a UK label.
No, because I sent it Royal Mail.
Oh, I was going to say because I hadn't seen Northern Ireland label in there.
So it's coming to you via snail mail, Royal Mail. We do send,
which is still reasonably fast going to Northern Ireland.
Yeah, it was sent first class signed for, so you should have it fairly quickly.
If not
I
already.
think it's due tomorrow. So yeah, let us know. It should get there. No problem whatsoever. Other topics. This is just something I want to sort of put out there and get your feedback on. So YouTube throws up various like new things, or as the channel grows you get access to new things, and I got a message the other day saying that I can now start an English shooting membership program, And there's loads of things like this already. Of course, there is like a Patreon thing. But one of the things it says about starting a membership program on YouTube is asking subscribers, asking viewers, what would you like as part of the membership? So it's something that I'm really just sort of learning about and looking into. I know there's other much larger channels that does it. Is it something that you guys would be interested in? And if so, what perks would you like out of a membership? Do you want exclusive content? Do you want exclusive live streams? Do you want exclusive messages, meet and greets? It's something that we've been talking about doing here, obviously COVID aside, talking about doing here for a very long time.
Barbecue.
Yeah,
barbecue.
we know we would.
Meat,
and there would be a shit ton of biltong.
Yeah.
We will have it shipped in. Yeah, I just don't know. It's not something I want to do just for the sake of it. But if it's something that you would see benefit out of, and again,
they want a discount on Magload stuff.
You're gonna have to speak to him on that one.
I'll think about it.
Think about it.
Depends how much biltong you send me.
You get a fair. People know now when they come to the gun room to bring biltong, and actually a lot of it is homemade.
Yeah.
And very delicious.
I think my favourite one so far, just because of the backstory behind it, is the squirty jerky.
Oh, the squirty jerky, yes. That was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so turn up to birthdays. You do realise that this is like an international channel, Tom?
Kyle,
I love you. That's happening.
That's happening. A Magload calendar as a perk, but a nudie one, you can call it Mags and Slags. It will be just me.
But
all 12 months of the year.
But there is a ban of nudity in the gun room.
But there's no ban.
But not
Make an exception for the calendar.
We got to do it.
I was going to say we could use the classroom, but that's fine too.
Whoa!
And this is why Conners isn't allowed within 50 foot of a school. But yeah, if it's something that you guys, I think like English shooting membership aside, like there is going to be a Magload calendar.
I will be naked.
Don't worry, we've got some 2-2 rounds tied in. Callum gets the SAK moderator to cover himself. So members get their guns licked in person. That's something I could definitely do.
We will lick your gun and you.
Sorry, have you just started pimping me out?
Yeah. I'm pimping Paul out as well. So
you actually are. You're actually trying to sell him out for...
I don't remember what it was. But you can have...
For sexual favours in some way or form.
Short and stumpy, Callum, 100%.
Short and stumpy. Oh, chode.
Chode.
All the chode. Watch out for the announcement on the Blue Fieldsports Facebook page. What's that for?
You should talk about this now. So, I can just turn the mic on.
Okay.
Yes, Alex is eating his dinner in the...
Yeah, I've finished my dinner now, so I'm here, back again. So people are asking about UK PSA courses.
Yep.
And we've said to loads recently that our range is closed, game season, blah, blah, blah. We are building a temporary range.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we'll be running 3 UK PSA courses on this temporary range because that's what we think it will be able to hold up to. They will be for 6 people each. Can't be for more than 6 people now.
Yeah.
And they will most likely be run on Sundays over the next 2 months.
So these will be one-day courses. There will be some pre-reading required for you to get up to speed in it. And on a one-day course, there's like no room for error because a lot of the stuff is very, very compressed. So as long as you do your pre-reading and you do your, reading through, it's all reading through the rule book. So a lot of it is all about the rule book. But yeah, as long as you do all that, you'll be able to get through the one-day course. If you don't, you will struggle. And we don't just pass people, so you do have to make sure you swat up for it. But I'll send you all the information well in advance so you can look it up.
Yeah,
when I say well in advance, probably about 3 hours before the course.
The only caveat I'm putting on it is, so we'll book people onto these courses, but we need 6 to make this work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Or 6 per...
So I'm limited to 3 days on doing it. That's come from the really big boss, and the game birds and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So it's 3 days. They have to be full. If they don't get full, the date will be moved. But we will be running 3 before Christmas.
Before Christmas. Yeah. So if you want to get into IPSC shotgun or even rifle, because it qualifies you for rifle as well, and shoot level 2 and matches and above.
We may have to give first refusal to KFC probationers.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of them waiting. But yeah.
Yeah, that and Carl as well. And
well,
one of the
Carl's
guys
KFC probationer,
Okay,
so
yeah,
he'll be
perfect.
on that list.
So yeah, I know of like 5 or 6 people off the top of my head that have been pestering me for months about it, and we've been trying to do it. Obviously, with COVID going on at the moment, it's been very hard.
And you don't need a license for these courses. The courses, so you can come and borrow a Section 2 shotgun, 3-shot, which is absolutely fine. Can we do a Magload Chris Defiance package? You were talking.
People are asking. Can you turn us up a little bit, please?
No, they're not. They're asking to turn him down.
Oh, okay.
Which I've just done.
But you are the voice of God.
Yeah, I have to keep turning my mic up and down to turn on and off, so it gets very confusing.
It's fine. Most people can't handle the Metatron when they first come across it.
But no, you don't need a license. All you need to be is a UK PSA member. You could have never fired a gun in your life. You can come down.
You will not pass.
You won't pass, but it's if you want to experience practical shotgun and maybe sent home early.
If you want to experience it, we do separate experience days.
Yes.
But we won't be doing them on this range, unfortunately.
No.
But you are welcome to book, because we're limited £160 by the UK PSA for running it. They get 11
165,
Yeah.
160. You pay the 165. You can come and fail the course just for the experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely crack on.
I'm not sure I feel particularly good being responsible for that, but anyway, moving swiftly onwards.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't take someone on knowing they're going to fail.
No, because that's not the point. But if you have, you don't need experience to do it. You don't need a license to do it.
No.
But it is advisable that you have some previous experience. But it's
Even
not
action
a necessity.
Even action areas experience, just some sort of understanding of or muscle memory of safety angles and stuff like that.
But Sinner 2004, watching you shoot the other day, absolutely no problem. Again, I'm not going to make any promises and say someone is definitely going to pass it.
You can't say that.
You could.
I've had a guy who very nearly failed a safety course because he just had a brain fart.
Yeah, it happens.
Fortunately, because I'd been with him the day before as well, I knew it was a brain fart, so we went over it, gave him very severe bollocking, and he completed the rest of the course without fault.
Yeah, but watching you shoot the other day, 2004, you would be fine.
Yeah,
I don't have any fears you would fail, but you never know. It's just like competitions. You watch, people like Jerry Michalak and Lena Michalak get DQ'd at competitions. You just
do.
You just have that, as you say, the brain fart moment. You're not paying attention. You're looking at something else, doing something else, and it happens. In the zone.
Can we do a Magload Chris Defiance package? Now, this is something we spoke about.
Well, we've got the mil-spec safety.
We've got the safety. We've got the magwell. We've got the mag bases. I do have
mag bases.
Well, for the Smith mags.
Oh, of course.
And I do have the Chris chip.
Chips.
So some of you will know there's like a catch-22 clip-on thingy, so you can run Smith mags in your gun. We've made something like that works with our magwell, so you can run a catch-22 style thingy on your magwell, and you can switch very quickly between Chris mags and Smith mags. So I don't see any reason why we can't. We'll put the clips into production.
Well, I was actually thinking this the other day about a mil-spec package. Again, the bases don't work.
I don't think mil-spec works because the requirements for that is all over the place.
Yeah, but Chris.
So, a Chris one, certainly.
Yeah. Why are you interested? Are you interested, Daniel? Obviously, Travis Card, you sound a bit interested in it. So, I mean, it's not actually that we have a Chris in. We should probably do that while we have the Chris in.
Yep.
We should probably just buy a Chris, get one in for further developments.
And actually, if we're going to go and do a Chris specific magwell, it's actually fully go back and relook at all that. There's a few things that I want to tweak on the Chris magwell.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, are we still getting through the Pepsi? That Pepsi's all gone. This is fresh stuff from Macro a couple of days ago.
Yes, we told you it wouldn't last long. I actually had to do a macro run, and unfortunately, I forgot to stock up on big bags of Haribo. We do have a limited amount.
Which means the secret algorithm has now changed.
Yes, you now need to order even more stuff to get a big bag of Haribo because we're using it quite sparely. I'll just go to Macro because we can always do with more Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
Biltong and Pepsi Max. If you ever visit us and you want to instantly get in our good books, Pepsi Max and...
If you want a good licking, bring me some chicken. I just realised that biltong didn't rhyme with that, so...
You can get turkey jerky. I don't think there's enough fat in the chicken or turkey to really make good biltong. Well, not fatty biltong, because fatty biltong is the best.
Yeah, no, that Pepsi didn't last just over a week. It lasted about 3 or 4 days.
There are 3 of us now in the office,
Yeah.
in our defence. So, I mean, it was a 24 pack. So we drink a lot of Pepsi. We make no bones about this. Guys, completely changing the subject. We're actually talking about biltong. Obviously, I have my biltong knife. If you're interested in high carbon blade knife...
Pork scratchings too, definitely. Yeah, 100% pork scratchings.
Anything meat.
I like meat and guns.
Meat and guns. Well, I was born in the wrong country. I love barbecue. I love guns. I don't like big trucks though. I like small hot hatches or Lamborghinis.
Yeah, but if you had a big truck with like...
With a lot of guns in it.
With 500 horsepower.
Range Rover SVR.
Yeah. But is that a truck?
No, although the Raptor that Clive turned up in today was pretty nice.
Yeah, and he's had this really awesome racking system. Did you see that?
No?
The rack in the back?
No.
It's got like this box and it's got 2 full length drawers that go all the way to the back of the cab to put the guns in. Then we've got individual locks on the 2 things as well.
That's pretty swish.
There's a warehouse in Bishop's Waltham full to the brim of South African biltong. I wonder if that's got anything to do with the butcher down there, because we've had biltong from there quite a few times.
I don't think they make it in that high quantity, because you go there on the wrong day and they're out.
Yeah.
So we will pay a handsome price for the location of this warehouse, and we will definitely not raid it.
No raiding, just me.
You'll just find us there in the morning. Where's all the biltong gone?
No, you'll be lying in the
meat.
Yeah.
We actually went to a Brazilian steakhouse last night. And ate a crap ton of meat, very, very full now, still. And even Florence bought us some biltong. Well, bought me some biltong.
Well, he bought you a stick of biltong and it was whole.
Yeah.
And you used your biltong knife quite voraciously to make some rather thick pieces of biltong. Like, I think biltong is one of those meats where it's tastier when it's thinner.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No.
But pork,
big chunky fat flavour.
Pork scratchings for sure. We'll take pork scratchings all day long.
Any meat, any cured meats.
Yeah.
So anyway,
or
talking
uncured.
about...
Because you were telling me about tartar.
Yes. So we had a Flintstone steak.
Probably a good plug for the video as well.
It is. So I did see Bill was saying about barbecue or venison. Of course, we do like a good bit of venison, and there is a new. It's Creech Hill. Is it? I think that's
I've heard of that.
And they do.
Oh, that's Bill's thing, is it?
Yes.
The Creech Hill one, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So basically, it's shot. I think it's bang to plate or something. Is their tagline? Are you all right there?
I'm just
Field to fork.
No, it's not field to fork.
No, this is what they're calling.
It's the Creech Hill tagline.
Yeah.
Right.
So Alex actually bought a Flintstone steak. And it was massive, and we were doing the second series, filming the second series of the James Golding on Game, and James didn't really know, he was like, I can cook the steak as it is, and it will just basically be a plate of meat. So we actually ended up dicing it up and made a venison tartare, which was very, very nice. I'd never had it before, but it was literally raw venison with some seasoning, with some spices and herbs and stuff like that. And Paul and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So it was very recommended. But if you want to support local shooters, if you want to support a local butchers as well, it's Creech Hill. I think I posted on it. Go and have a look at the English Shooting Facebook page, and you can see the link on there. Scroll down a couple of days worth, and you can see it there.
It's a mighty good meat, from what I've been told.
Yeah.
And it's all homegrown New Forest, shot, butchered, all in the same place.
Absolutely. So again, we were talking about biltong and carving it with knives, and we ended up, I ended up rusting my knife. So a video that went out, I think it was yesterday. I've never had a high carbon blade. It went a bit rusty. I panicked and thought, I've got this lovely knife, and Mark at Marmaduke Creations, who made it, is going to kill me with it when he finds out it's rusty. And
Is it rusty again?
No, it's not. Because now he's told that my major mistake with it was storing it in the sheath. And Mark said that's a real big no-no with it. Basically, the sheath is to carry it while you're out and about. It is not for storing it. So if you want to know if you have a nice knife, or even just your standard, like my everyday carry knife, which is
still using your journey.
Yeah. Well, it's pocket size. It's legal across the whole world. And it's great, opening up packages, cutting bubble wrap when we're packing orders. There's not a situation where this hasn't been used. I've even used it for cutting biltong in the past as well. Eating my lunches sometimes. And even a knife like this, they're not expensive, but there are tips and tricks within the video from Mark, from Marmaduke Creations, that you can maintain any level of knife, but it is sort of suited more round to high carbon steel blades, and basically he goes out and buggers them. He properly uses his knives. They're not tarty sort of safe queen sort of knives.
They are very nice knives though.
Yeah, he makes ones like beautiful ones, like with 30 layers of steel and a woolly mammoth ivory on them, and they are like £400-500. He does ones sub 100 as well, but they're all handmade, and he knows obviously how to make knives. He knows how to maintain them, but he goes out, he does a lot of bushcraft, absolutely buggers the knife, using it as a tool as you should. And even in the video, if you haven't seen it, he's got this one, and it's it's lost its edge. It's lost the edge on the spine of the knife as well, because he's been using a fire stick and things like that. So it's a good all-round video for just general maintenance of your knife, if you want to go and check that out. And I would highly recommend going and looking at Marmaduke Creations as well. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and their website, because he makes some absolutely stunning stuff.
He is an artisan.
Yes, yeah. Actually, there's a bit of, and this is all public knowledge. Thank you, Carl. Magload calendar chief. You've got the first one. Absolutely. Actually, we do.
Why
have
do
enough
so
time.
many people want to see me naked?
Maybe how presumptuous. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Paul.
Careful.
He is
He's
18.
18.
He is 18.
This was one of the requirements before we hired him. We've actually got, obviously, if you go onto the Magload website, you can go on and see the full team.
He's not up there yet.
So he's not on there, but who's Nala? Nala definitely needs a mic.
Nala will be in the calendar.
Absolutely.
David, don't we worry. We're reserving September just for you. And remember, it's a naked calendar.
We should definitely try and get one of Lucas and Vitali. We could have a couples month. We could have Ben and Emma Ducker. That could get really interesting.
That'd be February, wouldn't it? Probably, yeah.
It's already planned. This is planning itself. It's brilliant. So yes, we will do that. Sent you boys the biltong place in Bishop's Waltham on WhatsApp. Thank you very much, Paul.
Now that we know there are two biltong places in Bishop's Waltham, we won't ever have a wasted trip there ever again.
No.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Or maybe it's the same place though. We don't know that.
Yeah, maybe.
It might be the same place.
Maybe it's a bit like Rolex. They have tons and tons of biltong.
They're
They
just
only bring it out.
stifling the demand of it, pushing the prices up. Although saying that the place we get it from in Bisley isn't particularly expensive for the amount that you have.
David said he'll do it holding an airsoft gun.
What month would that be?
September, we said.
No, it would definitely be October.
Why?
It will click. I'm waiting for it. What's in October? Halloween?
Oh, that was anticlimactic.
Oh, just like last night. There has been. We talk about various news points within shooting. Oh no, that's what we're going to talk about. A little bit of knife gossip for you.
Oh yeah.
So this is public knowledge and has been put out there. So I'm not dishing the dirt on
Is it
anything.
really gossip then?
Well, it is, but I wasn't known.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's been some accusations of copying. One particular knife maker, quite a big one, well-known one within the industry, accused another knife maker of copying their designs, even though that the one that had been accused of copying had been making that knife for I think 10 or 15 years prior to the accusers of making theirs. And it was talking to Mark, like, I thought the gun industry could be fairly petty. Like the knife industry is like on another level. Like, and they have absolutely no bones in making everything public. Like with
Maybe I should do that.
oh dear. So yeah,
Right. Here are all the reasons I hate Callum.
what?
It's a long
We're
list.
gonna be here for a while. We haven't got that much time left. Callum Civic and some Tannerite having a meeting.
I'm up for that.
No. Stop destroying my nice car. Oh, I love that
Oh, there's a
thing.
few more stickers on your car, by the way.
I'm sure there is. There's a few more stickers that Florence doesn't know about. Daniel, you are an evil genius. And whilst I didn't like the idea at first, basically Daniel sent down a worrying amount of hentai stickers.
Well, waifu stickers, but yeah,
Bordering on hentai.
bordering. maybe.
And basically, if you come down and park your car here, and we know you well enough, you will end up driving away with additions.
It's better than Ryan having the CUNT word smeared across his windscreen in ketchup.
That was justified. So on my car, there's a split rear window. So you've got the main rear window, the big wing, and then a side, like a sort of a more vertical.
His car's
window.
really cheap, so that second bit's made of plastic.
For some reason, they didn't make it out of glass. They made it out of like plexiglass. So if you draw on it, like you do on a dirty car, it ingrains whatever you've drawn there permanently.
There are several penises permanently engraved into the back of Callum's car.
And I warn everyone, I was like, do what you want to me, but yeah, don't touch my car.
Or your watch.
Or my watch. Or the laptop. This is how I make my living. You don't play with those things. Ryan drew a penis that once after I washed off was still there. So I might have in big red letters in ketchup wrote the C word. See you next Tuesday on his windscreen. He ended up coming back at I think it was like 11 o'clock at night with you from a match.
And the ketchup had been on there for like 2 or 3 days by this point.
Yep, in the sun. He came and he was done. He was so tired. The first thing is that I'd put the ketchup on his door handle as well. So as he went,
that was still gooey.
So when he went to open the door, he got a ketchupy hand, and then he sat down and like just saw the giant word. And then went to use the washer.
You could just hear it going over the left.
It didn't work, which was not my intention. My intention was that it would be one swift pass, but it would be gone. And it was it was solidified on the screen. And he was so tired and so done that he ended up just driving home with it.
Hey, weren't you telling me earlier today you're out of ketchup?
Yes, I was. And we had these visions of him being so tired, and obviously with this word over his screen, him ending up in a ditch, and the police just coming up to this.
All they see is the windscreen sticking out of the hedge.
Anyway, so the moral of the story: don't mess with the Civic. Like it's out of bounds. Although the
moral of the story is your pettiness knows no bounds.
Hey, if you want to play silly games, you're going to win silly prizes. But anyway, Alex Florence came down today, and we ended up stickering his car properly.
And him, apparently.
And him. Oh, that's right. He ended up with a sticker on his. He didn't realise he ended up leaving to meet his girlfriend. Right. But the best thing about it as well is that I'd managed to get hold of his wallet without him realising. and I had stuck one of these stickers on his bank card, and he like went to a petrol station to pay as he left, and he went, obviously like it was face down. He went to hand it to the guy, and he's like, "What's that?" And it's like, "Oh, fuck's sake, take it off." Anyway,
It's almost all you almost got me when you put one on my FAC.
so yeah, you've got a little like a wallet for it,
Yeah.
and I just stuck it on there.
I left it in there.
What was the best? I got you. I think that was like.
Was
a
it the one in my
card.
shoe?
No, it was your driving license. I put it on your driving license.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just don't leave anything around us for any length of time.
It'll either get licked or pawned.
Or porn. Yeah. Or ketchup.
Or ketchup.
If you touch the Civic. So I hope you know what you've just asked me to start, Daniel. Daniel, bring it on. I will destroy you. So there has been some bad news, but some fairly big news in the week that has just come after such fun and games there. But I do want to talk about it. The first point is both of these are very, very serious. The first one is a bit of a, just amusing yourself there, just happy as Larry.
You're just boring as all shit.
So you might have seen the announcement from the UK PSA put something out and the NRA put something out. There was a FAC or SGC holder that was held at knife point during in their own home during the sale of one of their guns. So it's sort of like a public service announcement.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to take all the precautions you can. The best one you can do when selling a gun is to ask for a copy of their FAC or the SGC. At the end of the day, if they're going to be buying a gun from you, you're going to need to see it anyway. So if someone goes, "Oh, I don't want to give that out," or whatever, then go, "Sorry, you're not meeting me." The other thing you can do, and this is something that I'm sure could be arranged at Blue Fieldsports.
Well, no, it's already a done thing.
Oh, it's already a done
Alex
thing.
has already said this is fine.
So this is fine. If you want to sell a gun privately, but you want to come to Blue Fieldsports or another gun
You
room.
want to be somewhere secure that's not your own home.
Yes.
I've basically said anyone who lists their gun privately for sale, if they want to transact the action here, as in bring the person, bring here, there's no charge for it. Just come, arrange a meeting. You guys can all meet here. We're all here. It makes it all very safe.
Yeah.
Happy to do
You
it.
can have a good laugh and get some guns licked in the process.
Yes. Yeah. The good licking of seal of approval.
We do charge for the licks.
We do, unless you're an English shooting member, which might be actually one of the perks you get.
Yeah.
Meet somewhere that is going to be secure, that is most likely going to be public. And a lot of people were saying, how the hell do you get a gun stolen at knife point? You don't load the gun up. Like, there was probably no ammunition nearby.
Well, no, there wasn't, because they made him load the gun, didn't they?
Well, again, they said, so they made him load the gun, so he had a loaded gun. No, he was strapped to a chair with his wife, and they threatened him and basically pressured them to tell them how to load the gun, not to demonstrate, because again, load this gun for me. Yeah, there you go.
Just to point out, this happened on a very well-known gun-selling website where you can advertise your guns.
Yeah.
Whilst these are safe places to advertise your things, still take all the same precautions you would with anything else that you're selling online.
Alex does actually ask, as a matter of routine, if you are coming to view, if you do have an FAC or an SGC, he will ask for a copy of it as well. Because again, if you're coming to buy something, he's going to need the copy. Obviously, there's a lot of people that come that don't have licenses, and maybe it's a form of like a driving license.
Yeah, we ask for driving license, but it's also very easy to tell if someone's into shooting. I speak to everyone on the phone beforehand. Within 2 or 3 minutes of conversation, and we have dodgy calls.
Oh yeah.
Can I buy 1,000 Slug, please? Whereas, I don't have a license. I just want for killing foxes in my garden. Yeah, of course you do. It's, we get the dodgy phone calls. You get used to it.
So yeah, guys, be safe, be sensible about it. I mean, the thing is, I've bought loads of guns in the past from people, like in people's houses, gone to their home. I don't think I've actually ever sold a gun at my house. But yeah, meet at a range, meet at a gun shop, and you can do that at Blue Fieldsports. So thankfully, no one was harmed. At the end of the day, it's not the best thing that now these people have that gun, but no one was harmed during that during that robbery, and hopefully the people are found and sort of brought to justice. And sort of on that note, I've been very quiet about this because there isn't a huge amount of information out there at the moment, but there was the shooting in Kesgrove. So I'm personally, before commenting or talking about it in more depth, I'm waiting to find out more details, mainly to find out where the gun came from and how that guy got the gun. It has been confirmed that it was a 12 gauge Beretta shotgun. And again, like how he got into this 15-year-old lad came into possession of it, we don't yet know. The victim is in a stable. No, he's in a stable but critical.
He's not in a stable. He's in a hospital.
Jesus. Anyway, he's in a critical but I think stable condition. So yeah, like all the best to him. I hope he does recover. But yeah, it's just a bit mad really, but I'm going to see how that progresses, what information comes out. I might make a video on it. There might be some potential lessons to learn from it. We don't know yet, so we'll try and see that. And some more bad news. We're getting it all out in a short period of time. I've got some really good news at the end though that I will finish off on.
You've got like 5 minutes.
I'm going for it. Don't interrupt me. I'll get it done. Coronavirus lockdown 2.0.
Can I cover this one right? Can I cover this one?
Yeah, because you've
BBC article tells everyone that everyone's going to be limited to groups of 6 people. That's it. Matches are out. There's NRA making press releases, BASC making press releases. Everyone's talking about it, how all the matches are going to be cancelled. There has not been a single legislative change in the current coronavirus guidelines, and there is no official press release on the government website. So where is this information coming from? As far as the BBC article in the Sky News is concerned, this is something that's going to happen on September the 14th. It's 4 days away. Before we make any decisions and start cancelling matches and all that kind of stuff, we'll wait until the 14th. We'll see what legislation gets passed. It may well be that there is some legislation being passed, and then we can interpret it based on the wording given in the legislation. The thing is, people are knee-jerk reacting to phrasing that's in a BBC article of all bloody places. So just wait and see.
Are you telling me the BBC is incorrect?
No, he's saying they're not impartial and they're communist left wing. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Yeah, what he said. I don't call anyone communist left wing because I actually still don't frankly understand the whole left wing right wing thing.
Unless you've got a skateboard.
I still don't really understand the left wing right thing in that context. But let's just wait. We don't know anything. Everyone stop panicking. But BBC are probably having a slow news day.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be the first time a news outlet has completely made something up just to just to sell papers.
Say it ain't so. Slightly fiery mostly peaceful but slightly fiery protest.
Yeah.
Have you seen that headline? There's a news reporter, I think it's CNN news reporter. It looks like Armageddon behind him. Several cars on fire, and it's fiery but mostly peaceful protest. How, CNN, obviously, you'll ignore the flames, nothing's going on behind, but it was a peaceful protest.
This is okay.
this
is fine.
This is okay. This is my life now. But yeah, the long and the short of it, no one really knows at the moment. The stance from the BASC and NRA, having said that, does seem to be positive that shooting will be less effective.
What are they basing on?
But yeah,
if they have
nothing.
a press release, right? Why haven't they put that press release into the public domain? If it's a press release, it should be public domain.
Absolutely.
However, there is nothing, and I've checked and I've checked and I've checked. I cannot find any government guidance on this at all. I'm not saying there's nothing happening. I'm just saying we can't panic until we know what it actually says, because there's a very big difference, and I keep saying this, between a sports event, a team sports event, and a team event. All 3 of those mean completely different things for practical shooting or clay shooting.
So we will see what happens. Yeah. But we'll finish it. I need some more suggestions as well for this evening. Somebody very kindly got in contact that has for use, they seem to own a 2K 300,000 frame per second Phantom slow-mo camera. That's right. You can see where this is going. And they're going to come down, I think, only in a couple of weeks' time, so this can happen fairly soon. And of course, we're going to shoot some guns. But do you have any particular guns or anything in particular you would like to see shot
Hint,
No, no, don't even go there.
hint, hint. The first number is a 3, the last number is an 8, and the middle number is a 3.
No, we can't because we can't use that range.
Just shoot it down there. It's perfectly fine.
Just make sure you're
shoot it
elevated.
into the ground.
If we can and we can do it safely, then we will.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one who's confident that a hay bale will stop a 338.
Yeah, I might put 3 behind it.
Just in
But yeah,
case.
if there's anything in particular, why the guy's going to be down here for the whole day. You know, we have, apart from safety and obviously range considerations, we don't have any restrictions. We can do watermelon, Pepsi cans, water bottles, but they've sort of been done to death. If there's something that you've always wanted to see in slow-mo, gun-related, ideally.
We should shoot the 338 at your Stoker.
No! It's more reliable than your Supernova.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
I've never had to take the tube off it and throw it at a target.
Yeah, well.
And he did do that. It was very funny.
It did.
I still finished the stage. I maintain, no matter how many gun parts I sent down range, I still finished the stage.
Like mochaccino, bullet and gases coming out the barrel. That's a standard. Like of course,
That's going to be done.
that is going to be done.
You need to buy some extra hard drives.
No, we've got. Oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get him to process it and then just send me the sort
Right,
of the clips.
Chris Lewis is getting banned from the channel.
What?
It's a 12 gauge at my antique laptop.
We love you, Chris.
If it's not Apple.
And we're not
Yeah.
starting that discussion now. It is 9 o'clock.
Okay, but yeah, there's always a few minutes after the stream ends that you can carry on typing. If anything comes...
No, we're not shooting Pepsi. It's bloody
Actually, that's a really good
sacrilege.
idea. That would be a really good video.
I will kill you all.
Calm down. Why don't we shoot the PS Vita?
I will kill you all.
Anyway, if you have some brainwaves, just put them in the comment section. If in the next couple of weeks you think actually that would be an amazing idea with slow-mo, send me a message, email, on Facebook, through here, whatever. Drop a comment on a video.
Tannerite.
No,
Yep.
I will kill you all. I kill you. I mean, I can do some stuff with the Civic actually. While we've got the slow-mo camera, there's, you know...
I mean, thing is, the whole point of a slow-mo camera is to film fast things. Anyway,
what was
guys,
the top speed of your bike again?
Exactly
on a closed road on a track?
Exactly the same as your car on a closed road on a track.
Once I lifted off. Anyway, we will wrap it out there, but if you do have any suggestions for the slow-mo, please send them to me, because you don't get that opportunity very often, and I've always wanted to play with one. But there we go. Thanks everyone, especially for the people that donated. Really appreciate the support. Thanks everyone for tuning in and joining the stream. It will be same time, same place, 7:30 on Thursday at the Blue Fieldsports gun room next week. Thanks to Alex and of course Conners for joining me, and as always,
Hope to see you soon.
we do.
Oh, that's my key. See ya.